Welcome back to the second episode of Hungarian Tales. Hope you enjoyed the autism spectrum test I am playing in the background. It's an unfortunate fact of the fucking screenager time that we live in that not many people get to experience the funny moments that I and a couple of people had this past summer in Hungary. The second part of this series on Hungarian Tales is supposed to inspire you to go out there, make your own memories like this, and also to caution you if you do happen to be in a similar situation on what to avoid and what not to do. Let's start off by saying that anyone who has been to, is from, or knows anything about Hungary knows that the Balaton is where shit goes down. It's basically... What could I compare it to that's American? And I guess it's pretty much like the biggest body of water we have in the country, and therefore any beach that you can think of, in parentheses beach, will be there. Around that lake. It's around the size of of an average size swimming pool here in Los Angeles. But in Hungary, it's a pretty fucking big deal. Therefore, it's where all the bitches go. It's where all the parties are. It's just where all the funny things happen. Including the events of this story. So, this one takes place chronologically after the last one. After the very funny experience we had trying to go out and speak to women. We ended up not speaking to women. Only the Da Vinci people, who are actually the funniest human beings to ever walk the earth. So we were a little bit beat up. We were a little bit upset about our lack of results from that night. And we also swore to not fucking ever do that again. Yeah, no Jägermeister before the fucking going to the place where you can have an all-you-can-drink. I still only had the water because I don't drink, because I'm not fucking stupid, my guy. Don't have alcohol, just please. But we were we were bound to not repeat those same mistakes, but go to a similarly, if not even more likely place where there would be women to talk to. This also does not end well, or I wouldn't be uploading it because it wouldn't be funny. Now, we went down for a couple of days to a lovely little place. I'm sure you've heard of it. It's extremely famous. Balatonmáriafürdő. And if anyone who isn't of Hungarian origin can say that with a straight face and pronounce it properly, send the video to me and I will PayPal you a gajillion dollars. Now, this is essentially a fucking Minecraft village with the population of 10 people. So it was a little bit hard, let's just say, to find out where where shit was going down. To see if there were any local events. To see where all the people were, who we can socialize with. Still my stepbrother and I, the two-man army, fucking going on in the middle of the night, being retarded. It was very, very fun. So, we went out on, I'm gonna put some pictures up of what was the equivalent of the beach there. Right? It's pretty much just a slight patch of grass, a fifth of a football field size patch of grass. And then next to it was a lake with several dead rats. We actually did find a dead rat. And fucking, how do you say hattyú in English? It's a swan. Yeah, swans. They were very cute. And also, some women. But that's besides the point. That comes later. We went down to this beach. And we saw that the population was not really suited to our liking. It was literally 60-year-old people. Notice, this is in the middle of Hungary, middle of fucking Central Europe. This is actually in the middle of nowhere. If you died, I don't know, in some big city in America, it'd probably get reported, probably get maybe on the news, some coverage, if you died in a cool enough way. If you died in this place, not a single fucking person would know ever. So we are literally in the middle of fucking nowhere, right? We look around for the crowd that we're looking for, either friends to make or people to riz. And we only see elderly couples with their fucking dogs. Now, while the dogs were very, very cute, that is not what we came there for. So, We were kind of defeated, about to turn back, but hey, there was like a, oh shit, how would you say, like kind of a cafe next to the beach, where there were two pretty close to our age women sitting, and they were kind of nice looking, let's just say. So, my Hungarian skills are that of a fucking 6-year-old, so obviously I wasn't doing this on my own, at least not at this point of the vacation. But my stepbrother, he knew his way around, let's just say. So we go up to them. He does all the talking because I'm literally fucking illiterate in the language, basically. And he asks them, "Hey, you know where the fuck do we find the funny around here? Where is the silly chest? Where's the Athena chest? Where do we find the cool things, the nice events happening around here?" And they tell us that there's this I don't know what you would even call like a rave. Again, like essentially it was the same thing from the last story, except it would be in an open place, like a fucking disco, bunch of loud music, bunch of loud retards, just dancing around, coping, forgetting their traumas with vodka Red Bulls, and that's exactly what we were looking for again. Let's go, yippee! This time I didn't even have a fucking lukewarm water. I had nothing to drink this night. Like, not even anything non-alcoholic. I just had no beverages. Spoiler alert. But essentially, they told us there was one of these events going on in a place called the Plage. Amazing. It's a play on word, not play on words. It's kind of like the French word plage. I think that's the word for beach. But Hungarians like to spell things phonetically because we're an extremely smart nation of hardworking individuals. So, this was the place. This was the place that shit was happening. How can we get there? Oh, you can get there by train. It takes an hour to get there by train. What time does the train leave to get there? 11 p.m. Well, I guess I'll go fuck myself. What? What do you mean 11 p.m.? But my stepbrother was actually up for it. He was like, no, trust me, it'll be really fun. It won't be like the last time. It'll just be the two of us, and we're gonna have a grand old time. So, he talks me into it eventually. Initially, I was like, there's zero fucking way I'm taking a train at 11 p.m. that lasts an hour just to get to the place, and just to spend more money, just to have the same repeat of last time where my next week is fucked and is just awful, right? But eventually, he talks me into it. He agrees to not have an entire Jägermeister before before getting to the place. And so we set out on our way. Night comes rolling around. We go to the train station. We find a fucking huge-ass spider. I don't know if it looks that big on the video, but it was massive. We find the two girls who were there. They're going to the same place. We just say, like, fucking hi. It was good. They're not, like, important characters later on. They're not really... They don't come up again in the story, unfortunately. So we get on the train. Pitch black. Hour ride. Let's fucking go. Yeah, who knows what the night will hold. Now, slightly before this, my stepbrother, because he's the G, he knows a lot of people. A few people who he knew were going to be there that very same night. I'm like, oh, yay, fun. I sure do hope this won't be a repeat of last time. So, he calls up a few of his friends. Now, let me tell you about this one guy. I will tell you about the other guys later, because there are a few characters as well. But this one guy, my stepbrother told me he's the type of guy to have a whole bottle of vodka before he gets on the train there, and then when he gets off the train there, he fucking throws up, and then and then he goes in to drink. I think the average person may literally just die if they did that, so I would take that with a grain of salt. I'm not sure if that actually happened, but this is the type of people we were dealing with again. This is a Hungarian lightweight, very nice, and his friends were not too far off from that. They're actual, like, fucking binge drinker alcoholics, and we're like 16, 17, 18 years old, so this was about to be a tremendous experience. So we get there, we get off the train. A few more people get on who I could tell, yeah, they're going to the same place. We get off the train. There's just a fuckload of, like, probably the lowest IQ people you will ever meet. Literally storming, like a horde of fucking zombies, storming through the streets. going to that place that we were going to. Yippee, we were almost there. We're about to have the time of our lives, surely. So we go in there, and the entry, first of all, the place on the outside was actually very nice. So not the actual place, but like the surrounding stores. It was a vibe. It was lit. Everywhere had pretty good lighting. I don't know. There were some fucking people performing various dances, various whatever, selling different food. That was all chill. We get to the entrance of the place. Humongous line. The tickets are 9,000 foreign Hungarian forints each, I believe, which is like the equivalent of like $40. Okay, sure. We'll take the L. We'll go in. It's a once in a lifetime thing. We'll go in. We're gonna be fine. We weren't fine, but basically we go in and pay the entry. Oh, let's go. They let us in. The fucking bouncer, they didn't ask for my ID this time, so I didn't have to show my 6-year-old first grade ID. That was still valid from Hungary the last time I was there. Like I did in the other story. We go up to be my stepbrother's friends, who are allegedly cool people. And in the beginning, they are. Everything is fine. They're fucking super chill. They're like, oh yeah, you know this guy, use your stepbrother, lol. You know, just basic level 1 conversations. That's all going fine. Now, let me give you a picture of this area. Actually, no, I'll just show you a video of this area. Or several. That's better than me trying to stumble over my words to explain it. But basically, we go in to, there's different tents. There's like different tents playing different like styles of music. And at this point, my stepbrother's like, okay, we're gonna have like a few drinks, and then we're gonna go out fucking looking for people to talk to. And I'm like, okay, that sounds cool. Again, I don't have a beverage with me. Nothing alcoholic, obviously, because that's fucking stupid. Not even anything like a refresher, because I remember the prices in this place were like such a fucking turbo scam. Holy shit. Like you can actually buy a square foot of land in New York with how much some of these drinks were costing, I swear. So they have their few pre-drinks, their rage spells from Clash of Clans to boost their confidence. And we get going. We go around looking for people to speak to. We go into one of the tents, which was fucking packed with people, loud as shit, vomit all over the floor. Sounds familiar from last time? Yep, it was. It was the exact same thing, but this was only one tent, so that's fine. We can go out. We can go to other places. That part fucking sucked ballsack. So we go outside to this outdoor restroom area, which was very chill, actually. The shitters were the only chill part, which is a pretty big, slightly an ironic statement.
Fuck, it's not very bright.
That's cool.
Go find some water.
My stepbrother's friend, this fucking guy is already trying to fight people in the bathrooms. There was like some 5'6" turbo jacked guy who, because like all the short people who are like slightly muscular, go to these places apparently. And he had his shirt off. He was just, I don't know, he was just vibing. And then my stepbrother's friend goes up to him and his group of people. Like, oh, what the fuck, mi a fasz van veled, megöllek, te kurva. Just very nice Hungarian friendly banter, such as that. And then the Jackman goes up to me and is like, yo, I don't know what's going on with your friend over here, but he really wants to start a fight. But in Hungarian, obviously. So then, me and my stepbrother, we have to drag this fella away from them. Like, oh, no, lol, he was just joking, lol, please don't fucking eat me and my entire family, please, he was just kidding. So we escaped that situation very narrowly. By this time, one of my stepbrother's friends had talked to some fucking girl who, like, looked like 30. Again, there were people of all age ranges here. Well, except for, like, senior citizens, because if anyone above the age of 70 stepped into this place, they would immediately have an aneurysm and die. But but that's neither here nor there. This guy rizzes up this fucking 30-year-old woman. I don't know what they're talking about. Oh, yeah, so your husband Harold left you, huh? Yeah, well, I can be your husband Harold. My name isn't actually Harold. This is my name. I'll take your number. Oh, well, thank you, sweetie. And then, yeah. I'm Hungarian. I love pedophilia or something like that. That must have been their conversation. So these fucking guys are getting along great. There's a group of girls who apparently like is friend because this one guy, one of my stepbrother's friends, was like, my stepbrother says he gets no bitches, but then like he started saying like hello, and apparently he knew like fucking 75% of the girls out of this place. Well, not 75. And he knew like a fuckload of girls out of this place. So like, I don't know about that. That seems like kind of evidence to the contrary. But so a few more people are talking with them. They're preoccupied. Epic. My stepbrother goes on to find this one girl who he gets along well with. They have they have a great time. Everyone's having fun. Everyone is, and then there's me, and I'm just thinking to myself, what in the fuck am I doing here? I am 16 years of age. I am here in yet another place where they scam you out of your money so you can get fucking blackout drunk, and then you can meet some stinky, degenerate people. This is not the place I want to be right now. My kind of motivation to talk to anybody at that point, spark up any conversations, kind of fucking fell flat on its face, kind of fucking died. So, like a very alpha Chad Sigma male, I kind of just like found a place on the grass and just sat there in contemplation while my stepbrother was having a great time. And then he came back. I checked it on me like, hey, how are you? Fucking what's going on? Like, how's it going with you? And at that point, I told him, like, man, this is really not for me again. It's just a repeat of last time. It's just like a bunch of smoke, a shitload of alcohol, fucking degenerates everywhere, loud ass music. There's no point to this. And then he tried to really like motivate me to like go to speak to some fucking girls. And I remember distinctly there was this one group where I'm like, okay, let's fucking go. I'll use the immaculate Hungarian riz. And I go up to them, I'm like, sziasztok lányok, mi a helyzet? And then they just fucking walk away. Like they give me the look like I'm some fucking troglodyte gremlin who just like appeared, spawned, dug his way up from the ground 6 feet under to go and speak to them, and then they turned around and walked away. So, yeah, that was not my place, let's just say. So this goes on like this until I believe 4 a.m. So it was like we got in the actual place at like 12:30 because the train ride was an hour and then we still have to wait in line. And the place closed at 4 a.m. From then, we just like, I don't know, walked around, stumbled from place to place. The time passed by very quickly. It was like a very aneurysm-inducing environment. It's just extremely weird. Your time perception gets distorted, like you check your watch and there's like 2 hours have gone by like nothing. So the place closes at 4 a.m. I enjoyed that about as much as I would enjoy being fucking lashed 7 times on the back by a angry colonist. Okay, at least we can now go back to like the hotel we were staying at, have a nice old time, and hopefully not be fucked up for the next week, because it was on the open air. There wasn't that much like cigarette smoke going into your lungs. There wasn't like an overload excess of fucking vomit on the floor, so it was fine. So we start walking back. It is fucking 4 a.m. Why does anyone fucking do this? We did absolutely fucking not. There's someone fucking threw up on the street. Manila, here's the Hungarian police. They do fuck all. They rob the banks. Here's another Hungarian police. But what on God's green earth are we fucking doing here? It's literally light. The sun's coming out and I'm still, what the fuck am I doing? Look where we're coming from, my guy. What are we doing? Help. We're waiting for the train, and my stepbrother's friends, who were very, very nice just a few minutes ago, not a few minutes, just a few hours ago, they started slightly shit-talking a little bit. So I don't know where they got this genius idea. They started calling me Adolf. Maybe I look like it. I don't even look like Hitler, my guy, because I do not know where they got the name Adolf. They started calling me Adolf. They started being like, using their very nice English skills to be like, haha, you like penis, yes? You like cock, when cocker go in your mouth, yes? I was just like looking at them, laughing at them, like, yeah, you guys are pretty fucking funny. I could not care less. I did not say a single word back to them. We get on the train. This only continues. It's like, hey, Adolf, penis mouth, yes, gay you gay, you homosex, things like this. And then it's like, what? Don't you fucking speak our language, man? Kill yourself. It just keeps on escalating until these guys are just full on throwing out the most egregiously obnoxious shit. You would have probably ever heard in your life if you were there. They were like, "Man, I drown you in lake. Do you know what that means? Do you know? Do you understand language? Yes." I understand the language of Hungarian. I'm just dog shit at speaking it. So I understood what they were saying. They weren't very slick. They thought they were very slick, but they helped me out with a few words in English, which, you know, I can only thank them for. And then like, oh lord, the cringiest part is a few like girls kind of our age got onto the train, and then and then these hilarious pranksters started saying shit like, "Very nice, you like, yes," and then holy shit, and everyone in Hungary who's like under the age of 30 speaks English because you pretty much need to in order to get by, in order to be successful. So these girls were just fucking listening to this out of context. But when these fucking assholes were pointing at them and they were saying these things in their broken English. And yeah, that was the hour train ride. It wasn't the most fun, let's just say. A couple of times they tried to steal my wallet, which is actually very ironic because they do not like Romanians at all. They're like, haha, Romanian wallet stealer. But they tried to steal my wallet. Not seriously, because if they were trying to steal my wallet seriously, I would have actually fucking like been turbo mogged and like been destroyed in every single way, because there were like 4 of them and each of them weighed like 1.5 times as much as I do. So that would not have ended well. So thank God they were just joshing. But the things these guys were saying were like, these guys are fucking assholes, my guy. And it's at this point that I started looking out the window. And I'm like, holy shit, I'm very glad to be in America and to live here in this country where shit like this doesn't happen, or at least not on the same scale. And I just thought, these people will still be here being actual alcoholics by the age of 20, while I'm going to be back in America, which is an actual country, and I'm not going to be fucking caught in the collateral damage of Russia and Ukraine. So that was a very nice realization to have. My stepbrother during all this was just fucking like looking at me like, yeah, let it go, man. These guys are fucking dumb. They don't. they are not the brightest of people. And then after, we had a very nice discussion about why the fuck are you even friends with these guys in the first place. And he agreed that they are not, they are not the brightest. They are not the smartest, the sharpest tools in the shed. They're pretty fucking dumb. If you could not tell. Pretty anticlimactic so far. The first 2 parts, the first 2 places I went to. No bitches. No dick, no balls. No nothing. Very unfortunate. Only negative experiences. Hey, but at least this time, I knew for sure that this just was not the right thing for me, and that I should try other means of talking to women, which ended up, working better than this one, which will be the subject of other story times. I hope you enjoy that, and I hope you learn to be grateful for being in a first world nation if you are, and I hope you can relate to me if you're in a fucking second or third world country, like Hungary. If you're in a fucking developing nation, hopefully you can relate, hopefully you found that a little funny, like, yeah, those guys are crazy over there. And have a great rest of your evening. Please. Please, I need to get out of here. No, there. What the fuck? Wait.
He got kicked by the horse.